All right, so this is Mario and Wario. I've never played this game before, and honestly, was only ever vaguely familiar with it. At one point, I saw it, I knew what it was, but then I guess I don't know, kind of forgot about it over the years. It wasn't until recently this was released on the Nintendo Online service or whatever for the Switch, and so it got my attention again. I was like, oh yeah, it's a puzzle game. But it's a puzzle game that uses the mouse. It requires the mouse. So obviously in North America and in Japan, we got, Mario Paint. Mario Paint came with the Super Nintendo mouse. So yeah, not a lot of people even realize there's other games that support the Super Nintendo mouse. But for example, Terminator 2, the arcade game, which makes perfect sense, where you would normally use a controller, and that's not ideal. Or you could use the Super Scope 6, which hardly anyone had, and even that wasn't ideal for reasons. I should say the Super Scope, not the Super Scope 6. It's not called the Super Scope 6. When you play that game with the Super Scope, you lose a lot of the colors on screen. So the background goes from like a dark gradient with the sunset to just like all like a bright, purple color. So you could play Terminator 2, the arcade game, with the mouse, moving the cursor around. It's actually a pretty good way to play it. Another example off the top of my head would be Wolfenstein 3D, the Super Nintendo port of Wolfenstein, although not an ideal way to play Wolfenstein 3D anyways. So, yeah, there was some games that, it would support it as an option. Again, this game, Mario and Wario, requires the mouse, which is awesome. There is a ROM hack for this game if you want to play it with a controller, but it's really meant to play with the mouse. So here we go. I'm just playing this in an emulator, but I've got obviously mouse support in the emulator, and so I'm just using my PC mouse. The DPI is a little high. I can move the mouse about, that's about 6 millimeters of movement of my mouse, and it goes across the screen, and that's on mouse speed low, so it's a little sensitive. I could turn the DPI down on my mouse, but I think it's okay. I think I'll get used to it. Looks like we have Princess low, Speed low, Mario medium, and Yoshi high, so it's going to be kind of like, easy, medium, and hard. So I'm just going to go with Mario. Oh. I honestly didn't expect a level select screen. It's interesting. Like, is it level 8 harder than level 1, or they're just different? Huh. It's funny when he hits the edge of the screen, he turns around. There. But then he turns around. Oh, it's interesting. Your little mouse cursor guy turns around sometimes. But yeah, I guess you're pointing his little flashy wand where you actually want the mouse to click. Well, we'll start with level 1, I suppose. So there's the story. Wario drops a bucket on your head. What a jerk face. And yeah, it's a puzzle game. So kind of like Lemmings, where Mario is basically a lemming in that he's just going to constantly walk forward. And all we can do is sort of like, to some degree, change the environment. I don't know if we can click on the ladders. No, I thought maybe you could switch the direction of the ladders. I mean, that was obviously super easy. We're just filling in the empty blocks so that he doesn't fall through them. Drinking my morning coffee here. I like the way that the game pauses at the beginning of every level. Now here it's just like, okay, well, you gotta be a little bit quicker. But it looks like that's it. It's still just filling the blocks. So far seems pretty easy, right? Well, I know that it's gonna get harder, obviously. Honestly, okay. Third level in, and it's still basically just filling the blocks. I get that the early levels want to be easy so you get used to what's going on, but come on now. Okay, well, here we go. Oh, okay. Well, he can't climb them like stairs, so you can't even make stairs. But if you do this, he'll get up to the second level, and then as he's going up, put the blocks under him. As he's going up, put the blocks under him. Alright, so simple concept. It's just teaching you the importance of timing. Getting just a little bit harder. Okay, so he's going to go up. But we do need him to fall. We do need him to fall. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. They don't last very long. They're on like a timer, right? I think you're best to have them... Oh, shit. I should have been going for this. You're best to have him walk all the way over to here and fall here. Oh, I still fucked that up. Oh, man. That was kind of my bad. Trying to drink my coffee before it goes cold. Alright. So again, timing is important. There's a little bit of a delay there when he's about to fall. And there we go. I don't know how many levels are in a... It's almost like World 1 when we picked a level. We were really picking like a world. So we're on 1-6. And, okay. Gotta break those out of the way. And he's gonna still want to try to walk forward. And again, on a timer. And he's still gonna want to walk forward on that. Oh, shit. Oh, you can hit. You can hit Mario? Wait, game over. You got one life? Oh, okay. Well, at least I was gonna say you got to go all the way back to 1-1. I wonder if you have a limited amount of continues. Why are we selecting our character again? Oh no. Oh, it goes back to 1-1. You get one death and it goes back to 1-1? Oh no, okay, 1-6, okay. Okay, good. Whew. Okay, I did not realize you can hit Mario and he'll turn around. Like that? Shit. Oh, fuck! Oh, okay, we do have lives. I guess. Oh, it's the bottom left there. I see it now. Okay. Don't hit Mario. I hit him by accident there. When I went to hit the second block, I think. Alright. Level 1-6 done. I really like this game, but I also grew up with Lemmings on PC. And safe to say this is, again, very similar to Lemmings. Now remember, there's a bit of a pause. Ooh, when he's about to fall there. Nice. Oh, wait. Okay, I was going to say, this looks very familiar. But he's going to want to walk up. Okay, it's very similar to the third or fourth level that we've already done. Even with my mouse at this speed, it's not like the most, I don't know. The mouse movement's not like super smooth. Hard to explain. I mean, I'm using my PC mouse, which is like a, you know, 16,000 or 24,000 DPI, 4,000 hertz polling rate. It's like a high-end gaming wireless mouse. And the motion is not very smooth in this. But imagine playing this with the actual Super Nintendo mouse with the ball. Shit. Oh, nice. I was going to say, imagine playing this with a real Super Nintendo mouse with the ball in there. And I know from playing Mario Paint, you know, that mouse never worked like 100%. Even on the included mouse pad, which was like hard plastic, if you guys remember that. Okay. Well, we don't want to hit the enemy. But he's kind of gonna, no matter what. There we go. Oh, didn't even see that there. I got no coins. Nice. Hit Mario? Wario. Did it? Assuming it said Wario. I read hit Mario. He's little, I can still hit him. Alright, oh, level 1 clear. So there's 10 levels. 10 stages in a level, or 10 levels in a world, I guess, however you want to look at that. We'll stick with Mario. I think it would be pretty hard with Yoshi if he's moving faster than Mario at times. Do we just go to level 2, or do we try... Again, I don't know if it actually gets harder. Let's try level 6. Oh, it's not a bucket anymore, right? It's different per every level. Oh, it's... Oh, whoa, we can scroll around with the mouse now. Well, the levels are definitely much, much larger all of a sudden. So there's the goal. But there's no ladders. Oh, there's like little springy trampolines. Okay. Oh, you can't scroll ahead, though. You can only scroll ahead in that little preview time. Oh. What? Oh, I see. You click. Ah, they toggle. I don't know what those do. I was going to say, you can't jump through the floor, but yeah, he can. Okay. Toggle that. He's going to jump through the floor. Toggle that. Get the star. Toggle that. All right. Definitely harder. Do you remember the first 3 levels on level 1? The first 3 stages on level 1? So yeah, okay. It definitely is kind of in order. Despite they don't make you play in order. I think they should make you play in order, and it should have a battery backup, and it should know when you've beaten level 1, beaten level 2, and it should save. What's different now? It looks like the blocks that we can toggle are much smaller, which means in a hurry they're going to be harder to hit. And I sometimes forget we can change Mario's direction. Yeah, we can change his direction. Okay. Because I think that's going to become... Uh-oh. Okay, well, walked right into that one. Let's go up this way. And then again, these are just the same things we can toggle, but smaller. So you want to turn them around, I guess, until the timing is good to walk under it. Is that all there is to it? Oh, he gets the stars. Does clicking on the stars do anything? Shit. Oh, man. He can't go... He can't get up from here, can he? Oh. Gotta go up here. Do you need to get all the stars? I don't think so, but... Shit. Fuck. Game over. I'm going to leave it there anyways. Really fun game. Again, I grew up with Lemmings on PC. The idea of a mouse-driven puzzle game. Again, it's kind of similar to Lemmings in that Mario's kind of like a lemming. He'll just keep walking forward. He'll walk into obstacles or walk off cliffs. And you're just basically changing the surroundings. It's not the same as Lemmings. It's quite a different concept, but a similar type of game. Yeah, I quite like it. I'm kind of surprised, actually, this game wasn't released in North America. But again, what year did this come out? I don't know. Oh, 1990 is right there the whole time. 1993. Yeah, so... Because I think Mario Paint came out in 1993. Maybe it came out in 1992 in Japan, 1993 in North America. But this didn't come out that much later than I thought. I thought maybe this was like a late Super Famicom release, and that would explain why they didn't release it in North America. Like if this came out in like 1996 or even later. This game came out in 1993, which is not as late as I thought. So again, it makes even less sense that this wasn't released in North America. Again, why? Did they just think we didn't like puzzle games? Did this game come out in Europe, PAL regions, or did it only come out in Japan? I think it only came out in Japan. So, I mean, Lemmings was huge in PAL regions. It was huge on the Amiga. And so, yeah, Japanese only, I believe, which is kind of shocking. But again, easy to play this game. You can play it in an emulator, as I've just done. Or it's now on a Switch Online service if you have that. I guess you can just plug any mouse into the Switch to play it. I'm not sure. If you have a Switch 2, the Joy-Con acts like a mouse. But if you have a Switch 1, you still have to use a mouse. So you must be able to just plug a USB mouse into the dock. Or maybe you can pair a Bluetooth mouse. Not too sure. But yeah, I'm just playing it on an emulator. Super easy. I did have to go into the emulator options and just tell it that we had a mouse in controller port 1 instead of a controller. And like I said, there is a ROM hack for this game if you want to use a controller instead of a mouse. But really, this game was meant to be played with a mouse. And like I said, could you imagine playing this with the actual Super Nintendo mouse with the ball in it? I remember playing Mario Paint quite a lot, and that you were always struggling with that mouse a little bit, even on the included mouse pad. And I don't think it worked any better if you used like a different mouse pad, even though the mouse pad it came with was hard plastic again. So yeah, it's almost better now that we can play this with any mouse that we want. And again, I think the DPI on my mouse is probably way too high. I could have turned that down, but again, I think I got used to it. But still doesn't feel perfect, the movement of the mouse, and I assume that's just the game and the fact that it's a Super Nintendo and the resolution is so low and the polling rate is so low. But it's way nicer to use this mouse than to use a real Super Nintendo mouse. I do have the Super Nintendo mouse, and I have my EverDrive, so I certainly could play this on my real hardware using the real Super Nintendo mouse, but honestly, I'd rather play it with a modern, laser or optical mouse, not the old school ball mouse. So, yeah, anyways, really, really cool game, honestly. Really cool concept. It seems like it's pretty well level designed, thought out pretty well. It's cute. You get 3 playable characters, which acts as your different difficulties. It's bright, it's colorful. Music seems okay. I don't know how catchy it is or not, but it seems decent. Very interesting, but definitely worth checking out. See you guys later.